Well, let's get another check on Nvidia as well, because joining us right now is Angelo, Zino, CFRA, senior equity analyst. He has a buy rating on Nvidia, and last I checked with that stock chart up, it looked like maybe we were fractionally higher. No, we're down 1% now. Angelo, I want to get your initial take on these results we got, which were a beat for the quarter and also better than expected Q1 revenue guidance, but those Q1 gross margins may be a little softer than expected. Stock has been moving between gains and losses, but $11 billion for Blackwell in Q4 tells us what?
$11 billion is a really good number. I mean, we were kind of, looking for kind of high single digits in terms of kind of like the $7 to $9 billion range for Blackwell. So the $11 billion is definitely a good number out there. You would expect Blackwell to officially kind of cross over Hopper in terms of kind of the April quarter, especially with that guidance there, which kind of, at 43 billion, I think is a pretty good number. We were a little bit concerned about what that guidance was going to look like, especially as kind of, given some of the delays that were out there surrounding kind of the GB 200. So I think as far as kind of the guidance is concerned here, I think you have to be optimistic. I think Blackwell at 11 billion is a good number. And then, as far as that gross margin guidance is concerned, it's a little bit disturbing, but I think it also kind of points to the fact that, the GB 200 probably starts ramping here, as we go into the April quarter, and that probably does weigh on the margins here, and the hope, and you would think that they would articulate kind of, a bounce back on the margin side of things over the next kind of 2 to 3 quarters after the April quarter.
What's the most impactful thing that Jensen can tell us about demand?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody kind of wants to know, whether or not some of this stuff is sustainable out there. We kind of want to hear commentary on kind of DeepSeek and his thoughts about DeepSeek, kind of the sustainability on the compute side of things over the next couple of quarters. So, we kind of want to know kind of how the Blackwell kind of trajectory plays itself out here, how those configurations kind of look like, how kind of, some of their, their kind of gray CPUs and what have you in terms of the configurations kind of look like here. So we want to kind of see what that Blackwell momentum looks like, post the April quarter. Whether or not they provide any type of kind of commentary on that side of things remains to be seen. But listen, when you kind of look from a broader perspective here, I mean, the hyperscalers have come out here. 2025 looks pretty good. The uncertainty now is going to be about what China does, what the U.S. does with China, and you're not going to hear, I think, anything as far as a resolution on that side of things from what Jensen Huang has to say about China. And then, of course, going into calendar 2026, that remains an unknown. We know the growth is going to decelerate from the current levels, but the question is, how comfortable is the street kind of looking ahead?